As a full stack developer or a beginner in the field of programming, it is always important you understand the benefits of structuring your first web project. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how you will restructure your first project. I must say that its advantage is numerous. So as this video runs down, you will see the step-by-step process on how you can restructure your first web project. My name is ASOtech. I'm your tech advisor. If you are new to this channel, I urge you to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that whenever we upload new videos, you will be the first person to get notified. So as I said earlier, in this video, I'm going to show you guys step-by-step process on how you can structure your first web project. Believe me guys, the advantage is very amazing and you will love this video. So in this video, we're going to discuss briefly what you should learn. Okay, we are going to discuss briefly what you will learn as we progress in this video. Then first, you will learn about restructuring your website or structuring your website. And one of these benefits is to reproduce a website very fast. Okay, one of the benefits is to reproduce a website very fast. Now, if you learn how to restructure your web project, you will be able to reproduce a website within a short period of time. For instance, if you know about structure in the field of programming, you should know that if you create one website, you know already, normal website, you must have a registration, login, reset password, and all that, like a date profile. These are the common things that is always found in each of the website that is running online today. A user will always try to register, log in, reset password, and a date profile. Okay, so if you have good knowledge about restructuring your website, okay, you will not have, or you will not use the same time you used to create the first website to create the second one, because you'll be using most of the resources on the first website you created in other website. But if you don't know about structure, creating new website will always come with new stress and all that. So in this video, we are going to structure so that you can be able to reproduce a website very fast without taking much time. Now, second is about fast hosting and connection. Okay, in this video too, with this structure we are going to present to you today, you will structure your project in such a way that all your connection will be placed in one folder, so that whenever you are hosting your website, all you need to do is to provide the connection string and you upload your site without complication. So if you don't know about structure, hosting a website will always be a hard process for you, because you begin to edit connection string from one page to another, and it's a whole lot of stress. Okay, so fast hosting is inclusive in this video we are making today. Now the third one is avoid website update complications. Okay, now if you don't restructure website very well, bet me 2 weeks or 3 weeks after designing a particular website, you will find it so difficult to go back to that same website and update it. Okay, so restructuring a website is very important. Okay, so that if you are going back to that same project to update it, maybe someone asks you to add some features to that website, okay, so that it will be easy for you. But if you fail to restructure very well, updating website will be very hard for you. So that is the benefit, or that is why I'm making this video. All right, so now, how does this structure works? Okay, how does structuring website works? Now we're going to structure this website into client side, into client server side, then admin side and connection. Okay, these are the main structure we are looking at today in this video. Now listen, on the course of your tech career in the field of programming or any career, okay, let's say in the field of tech, for instance, you can be tutored by more than one person, and anybody that is giving you tutorial have its own programming structure. Okay, sometimes learning from different people will always be problem. For you to now come up with a given structure you will work with becomes a problem. So that is why we are making this video. So we are going to restructure this our work into client side, client server side, admin side, and connection. So now what are you expected to see in a client side? Okay, now the first page someone gets to whenever he types www.example.com. Take for instance that is the domain of your website. Okay, the first page that person visits is known as client side. In that page, the person can read about the website. Okay, the person can read about the website, the terms and conditions, their portfolio, what they do, and all that. Now, after reading that whole information, and probably the person is interested in exploring more to your website, he can now create an account like registration and tries to log in. So let's just say that client side is the first page where your website user visits whenever they type in your address on the Google or any platform. So client side is the first page they visit. So it is very nice. We'll structure this client side so that it will be a whole on its own. Then after that person takes an action like register, like on the form on the screen, and probably registers, the next page is going to, after he creates account and login, is client server side. So now we have client side, okay, and after the person logs in, after creation of account and login, it will now take the person to client server side. So now this client server side, a user can be able to now update his or her profile picture. A user here, not just updating profile picture, a user can take actions like adding some product to cart. Maybe it's an e-commerce website or is a real estate investment site. He can create a deposit and all that. Now after creating those deposits, where is it going to? It is moving to another stage, which we are going to discuss about in the next slide. So far we have client side, client server side. So this client server side is just like an admin page for a client whenever he registers or whenever he or she registers and logs in. Okay, that is client server side. So you need to structure a website into client side, client server side, okay, and the next one now is what? Admin. Now when somebody performs an action like adding product to cart or creating a deposit, depending on the type of website you are creating, okay, that information moves from that particular page to another page, probably to admin side, where the owner of the website will receive that information. Okay, if it is a deposit you created, the owner of the website will receive the information, look at the data, that so person created the deposit so time and so hour. So the admin will receive that request and process it. Response will come back into your client server side as well. So we are restructuring into client side, client server side, and admin server side. Okay, under this admin server side, what you are looking at is what? This is where you manage people that create accounts on your website and probably takes an action. Okay, so here is the admin side. You manage people that created account on your website. You manage their deposits. You manage their withdrawal. If they create deposit, you from the admin side approve their deposit or cancel their deposit. If they want to buy clothes, you know their location and all that. So admin, you perform a lot of action. Okay, this place is specifically for the owner of the website or the manager. Now after this whole thing, these are the things we need like to know. Okay, now after the admin side, now you discuss about the connection. Okay, inside this connection, we're now a kind of trying to connect both client side, client server side, and admin side, so that whenever we want to host, we'll use this connection string to connect as fast as possible without going to each each page, putting connection to database and all that. Okay, and finally, the project structure. Okay, if you look at this project structure, it is simple, but I will still explain it. For those that don't know much about programming or coding, I will still come up with other videos that I will explain better. But this is just the project structure of what I'm discussing about. Now, if you look at this screen, at the first place, you have what we call the project root. Inside this project root, I have client. Okay, client contains this is just like the mini database, or so to call, about people that is visiting your website. Okay, this client contains the CSS, the JS, the image, all those images you see on the index screen of the website. Now, inside this root folder, look at the index page. Take, for instance, someone visited your website, www.yourwebsite.com. Look at this index page. From this index page, he can check about the registration. Okay, he can check about login. He can check about about the companies and all that from this index. Once the website is okay for the person, he can now migrate to registration. Then after registration, he can log in. So when the person logs in, the next thing, the person will be moved from this client side. This client side is now in this root folder, okay, to client server side. So this is just like the admin of the admin side of the client. Okay. Now when he performs action like create deposit, logins and all that, it will be moved. The request will be moved from this client side to admin side, where the owner of the website will receive it. Okay, so in next video I'm going to create a small project that I will include here, so that you will download and see how this thing works. So expect my next video. If you like this, I want you to like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so that when we upload the next video, you will receive it as fast as possible.